This is Valley News Live at noon.
We start with some breaking news just into our newsroom. A 17-year-old girl is now in custody for her role in the murder in South Moorhead last week. The teen is being held at the West Central Juvenile Detention Center for aiding and abetting. Court documents say the girl admitted to planning several armed robberies with Willie Sparkman, including the one that killed taxi driver Abdullahi last week. Sparkman is charged with conspiracy to commit aggravated robbery, attempted aggravated robbery, and second-degree murder. According to court documents, Sparkman and the juvenile were roommates, and they claim they planned the robberies for rent money. Flames trapped people in the second story of a downtown building this morning, and fire crews had to come to their rescue. Crews rushed to the scene in the 300 block of 7th Avenue North around 6 this morning for the fire. You see, there was some serious damage to the front of the house by the door, and that forced people to stay upstairs. Firefighters got in the home and then stayed with those people while other crews put out the flames. There's no damage estimate or cause at this time. We continue to follow a developing story out of Wahpeton, North Dakota. Public School Superintendent Rick Jacobson tells us he is hosting a news conference at 1 this afternoon to provide information about an investigation at the elementary school there. A teacher is now on administrative leave while school officials look into allegations of inappropriate activity in the classroom involving a, quote, breathing exercise, which some interpreted as a reenactment of George Floyd's arrest and death. Crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley is there, and you can watch that news conference live on valleynewslive.com, or you can find the latest tonight at 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. We now want to get a check of our weather. Take a look at that. The Dakota Magic Skycam Casino down there in Hankinson. Looking like a pretty nice day down there anyway to be outside. We see what we can all expect right now with Summer Schnellbach joining us in studio. Hey, Summer.
Good afternoon, Jordan, and thank you all for tuning in today. We do have a mix of sunshine and clouds. Was hoping for a little bit more sunshine by this afternoon, but a few of those clouds are just holding on. But still a great day to get outside and enjoy. You can see a few golfers down there in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen as well. And it's a nice day to do so. We have at least a little bit of sun, especially across eastern North Dakota, a bit more cloud cover across our Minnesota counties and the southern Red River Valley. And I want to turn on visible satellite for a second, not just to show these clouds, but to show some snow. You can see that on the first loop of your screen before a few clouds move in. The stationary white is snow that's still on some of those buttes that fell over the weekend. But right now, no snow across the valley. Temperatures in the 40s and 50s, again with a mix of sunshine and clouds. I am really hoping for a little bit more sunshine later on this afternoon across the valley. Temperatures in Fargo warming up into the upper 50s, and again, not a lot of wind. Jordan, it's a great day if you have any outdoor plans for lunch or any type of plans after work or class or what have you. Great day to enjoy some fresh air.
All right, always a good day to enjoy fresh air. Summer, thank you. Part of an intersection along Highway 10 in Moorhead was shut down for a crash this morning. It happened around 10:45 at the intersection right in front of Arby's. That's on 32nd Street North. One fire truck and police cruiser were on scene. No word yet on what happened before that crash or if anyone was seriously hurt. A citizen's tip turned into an arrest of a garage burglary suspect in Moorhead. Someone reported a man breaking into the garages at an apartment complex in the 1500 block of Bellesley Boulevard. Police then found this guy, plus property from 3 other garages in that same complex. 52-year-old Alton Harper is in the Clay County Jail for burglary and possession of burglary tools. 2 people are now recovering after getting pinned under an ATV over the weekend near Pequot Lakes. Someone in the area heard the crash and then called the sheriff's office on Saturday night. The 58-year-old woman was driving the four-wheeler and made a sharp turn, causing it to roll. She and a 59-year-old man were then thrown from the ATV and pinned underneath it. The person who reported the crash was able to get the four-wheeler off of them. The woman was taken to the Brainerd Hospital. The man was airlifted to St. Cloud. Deputies say alcohol was a factor in that crash. The mayor of Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, is looking to revamp the city's police department, proposing unarmed policing units. The resolution is named after Dante Wright and Kobe Dimmick Heisler, 2 men who died at the hands of Brooklyn Center police. The plan would allow the city to implement an unarmed enforcement department to respond to low-level traffic violations and calls involving those suffering from mental illness. The mayor calls it a first step that will ultimately remove police from traffic enforcement. There are still many details within the proposal that need to be worked out, and it must be passed by the city council. It's National Police Week, and the names of the fallen officers honored this year have now been added to the National Law Enforcement Memorial in Washington. This includes local officer Cody Holty. Holty was shot and killed last May. He was serving an eviction notice when the suspect came out of the bedroom and started shooting in the Grand Forks apartment. Another officer was shot during that incident but lived. Holty has since been honored with the Purple Heart, Medal of Honor, and the Wayne Anderson Meritorious Service Award. The Fargo Police Department's community engagement team is raising awareness about suicide and mental health. They just unveiled a video called Break the Silence, and a viewing party is happening at 5 p.m. at Fargo City Hall. This past year, 2 local students lost their lives to suicide. The video focuses on prevention and education and will be a free resource to local schools and community members. As the Minnesota legislature enters the last full week of its 2021 session, lawmakers face some tough negotiations when it comes to the budget. And given the legislature's partisan split, the final package is expected to make only incremental changes instead of sweeping overhauls. There are deep disagreements over what should be in the major spending bills of the session, which will form the core of the next 2-year budget. If the divided legislature can't pass them by Monday, they'll have to go into a special session to finish it up. North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum vetoed part of a controversial higher education funding bill aimed at penalizing the state's 11 colleges and universities for funneling federal grant money to individuals or organizations that promote or perform abortions. If the school is found to be offering sexual education with curriculum on abortions, the school still loses eligibility. But Burgum used his veto on sections that would have punished faculty members for making deals with abortion providers to supply educational resources. Burgum issued a statement saying the North Dakota legislature has made clear, and his administration agrees, that taxpayer funding should not go toward funding abortions. Challenge grant dollars, the money we're talking about here, has not and cannot be used for that purpose. Get ready to start seeing orange again. Some major road work underway right now on both interstates in Fargo. Expect delays on parts of I-94 starting today. North Dakota DOT contractors are doing some bridge work at the I-94 and 29 interchange. Ramp access will remain open, but different traffic lanes will close as the project progresses. Then speeds will be down to 45 miles an hour. And today's work is just the start of a series of similar projects. Once the work near the tri-level is done, that project will move to I-94 at 9th Street East in West Fargo and then 245th Street. Speeds will be reduced to 25 miles an hour during those phases. Work is expected to last until about mid-August. And on the other interstate, I-29 from 32nd Avenue South to 19th Avenue North. Drivers should expect various lane closures, both north and southbound lanes. Traffic will be reduced to a single lane at times, and there will be reduced speeds. Work on that, though, should only take about a week. Coming up here at noon, gas prices could soon be spiking. We'll explain why and how cyber criminals are involved in it. But next, taking that live look outside right now, well, that's the construction we've been talking about, but also doesn't look too bad out here in the metro. Summer Schnellbach has that Monday forecast right after this.